Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another scrub down. Obviously, as soon as I started recording, I started getting eaten up by these mosquitoes as it's raining outside. Uh, so welcome everybody. So this is episode 22 of the scrub down, cloud gaming scrub down. So we're gonna try to figure out what kind of news was popping up this last week. Welcome everybody. Welcome Squids. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you. Lurking, but how's it going? Yeah, it's going good. Like I said, oh, my shirt looks crazy with the moire effect, at least on my screen. It's a polka dot. It has like a little four leaf clover thing, so it's looking crazy on my screen. But it's all right. I'm about to turn really small, so it should be all right. So yeah, for those of you guys who are new to this cloud gaming scrub down, we're just gonna be looking at Google search for the news, see what's been happening. Normally, what I've found since I switched over from Stadia scrub down to cloud gaming scrub down, I've noticed that it's basically the same stories back to back. So a lot of the times one story comes up and then every different website or news outlet picks it up and copy paste, and so we'll see that a lot. I haven't been able to get to the end of it, any of the cloud gaming ones yet, because it just keeps going. So we're gonna see how far we can get, and then we'll try to do the same thing with YouTube. Search for cloud gaming and see what pops up. We'll probably see some of you guys' streams if you stream this week, including Squids. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I was gonna say something. I don't know why, man. Like this whole week, I guess it's because I'm trying to fit everything into my schedule. That I've been kind of foggy brain. Because I work in the morning. Right. Well, first I wake up and then I have to take my girls to school. Then I go to work, and work is new, even though I do know what to do and everything. It's new, so there's a lot of learning. And we're trying to establish like procedures, trying to do inventory, do all those kinds of things. So that's in my mind, right? Because it's still fresh. And then I get home and I gotta drive, pick up the girls, take them here, take them there, and then try to fit in a stream in the middle. And sometimes I don't feel like playing a certain platform, but because the way I have it's kind of like I basically do it to myself. You know what I mean? I should just do, not overthink things, and just play where I want to play, what I want to play. But because I am doing the reviews of the services, then it feels better to have some kind of a pattern, you know what I mean? So anyways, I don't know if that made sense, but long story short, my brain is all over the place right now. So I'm gonna try to focus so we can get through these news stories. And the wife just walked in eating some, was that hamburger? Oh, okay. So yeah, so just in case I didn't mention it, if I confused you in the beginning. So we go in an incognito mode. We search for Google. I'm sorry, cloud gaming. We Google cloud gaming, and then we set it up for the past week and schedule it by time and date and stuff. So first story was from an hour ago, which I think it's basically linked to last week's story of Netflix starting their own studio in San Diego, I think. In order to do some more cloud gaming. Michael, can you turn it down? In order to do some cloud gaming service. And so it seems like that's what this is. I don't know what the NIER automates, leads, discuss its legacy, capitalism, and I don't know what all that is. But the caption is Netflix games to open fifth studio and explore cloud gaming. Posted 5 days ago by Chris Moise. So fifth studio or first studio? I don't know. Maybe a fifth studio, and then that fifth studio is for games, where the other ones were for TV and movies. Maybe that's what they mean. This absolute gem of an RPG is coming to Luna in November. Amazon has just announced its crop of games coming to the Luna cloud gaming service in November, and at least one of those games is a must play for RPGs. So I guess it leaked before it got announced. So it leaked, and then I posted the article, or at least a screenshot of the article, on my Twitter account. So if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you go up there, you'll see. I'll try to drop whatever little knowledge I get. Sometimes, I share pictures that I take while I'm playing video games, things like that. So if you're interested in that, make sure you follow me on Twitter. So this game does look pretty good if it's not just art. This absolute gem of an RPG is coming to Luna in November. Amazon has just announced its crop of games coming to the Luna Cloud gaming service in November, and at least one of those games is a must-play for RPG fans. Oh, this advertisement. How do I... for the upcoming month, there are a total of 9 games landing on the service. Although, as always, they won't all be landing in the same place. Some games will be going to the Luna Plus channel, while others head to the Prime Gaming channel. One thing that is a little different from previous months is what the Prime Gaming are games from the other channels. That's interesting. One thing that is a little different from previous months is that there are no family channel additions for November. Instead, Amazon is pouring all of its newly streamable games into the 2 above mentioned locations. That's not really a huge deal, but it does mean there are no new games coming next month that are tailored to kids as usual. With all of that said, here's what subscribers can look forward to this coming month. So I'm confused because Prime Gaming channel, right? The Prime Gaming channel are a collection of games from the Luna Plus channel, the Family channel, the Ubisoft channel, whatever. So they'll pick 4 or 5 games from the different channels and just make them available for a month. So if they're coming to the Prime Gaming channel, then most likely, if they're not going to the Family or the other ones, then most likely they're all going to the Luna Plus channel then. That's a little bit confusing. Okay, if you didn't get the chance to play this game, so Luna November include Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Never heard of it. If you didn't get the chance to play this game in its original form, you missed out. The really good news for you is that the Re-Reckoning version of the game is even better. Kingdoms of Amalur is a rich RPG with a great narrative and some really cool combat mixed with deep character progression. Plus, it includes a decent character creator. It's definitely worth giving a try if you enjoy RPGs in a fantasy setting. Another RPG coming this month is Thymesia. I thought that one came out last month. Though this is more of an action RPG in the same style as Elden Ring, Dark Souls, and the other Soulsborne games that From Software makes, it offers a really unique take on the combat, but still keeps to the same formula, providing players with challenging yet rewarding content to get through. This will be added to the Prime Gaming channel. Oh, okay. Okay. So Thymesia is already in Luna Plus, but it's going to be offered in the Prime Gaming channel. Yeah, these guys, I don't know if they understand that there's a difference between those two. Ron Slusher, what are you here for, Ron Slusher? Let me know. I'm here for December Stadia Pro games. Wait, no, November. November, man. You're already thinking about Christmas. Yeah, I hope you got all your gifts already. For the remaining games, there's a Vengeful Guardian, Moonrider, Windjammers 2, Close to the Sun, and Severed Steel coming to the Luna Plus channel. And coming to the Prime Gaming channel alongside the museum are Freshly Frosted, Baseball Stars 2, and YouTubers Live OMG Edition. So these games are already on Amazon Luna. They're just making them available for the Prime channel. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with these guys. Do they not Android headlines? Maybe they don't really follow Luna. They just figured out, you know what, let's pay somebody $20 to give us an article. because yeah, it's misinformed right here. It's confusing. So what's this? Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. Okay, it's like a retro. Seems like this one should go to the retro channel. Do they even know about the retro channel? Man, maybe I should start my own a website with news and stuff. I don't have that kind of commitment. Look at this. That looks like another retro channel, retro game. Close to the Sun. And what is this one? I'm just going to images. Okay. Is it 2D thing? No. Let's see, usar. Huh? Yeah, I saw it. It looks good, yeah? Yeah, it's in the thing. She's gonna put it everywhere. She's gonna it's gonna be everywhere. I guarantee you. We got a box with all that packing peanuts in it, and my 8-year-old is asking if she can have it, and I can just imagine when I finish the stream and I go into the living room, it's gonna be living room full of packing peanuts. Okay, so a lot of they look like indies to me, which is good. I enjoy them. All of these games drop in November, but Amazon hasn't listed exact dates yet, so keep a lookout if you're wanting something new to play. Yeah, I don't think these guys know what they're talking about, man. So that's one of the problems when you just kind of scrubbing the internet, is you get articles of people just trying to fill their websites with stuff for people to get, clicks on. So it's okay. I do that with my YouTube channel too. So this absolute jam. Okay, we saw that. Here's a first look at Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. So I've heard people talking about this one. Everybody seemed to be excited. I think it was coming to Xbox or something. First look at Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition on console. Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm not a big super fan of these types of games. It's like a strategy game or something, right? Yeah. Okay. So if you're like those kinds of games, there it is. I'm not a real gamer, man. Bandwidth. GeForce Now priority drops in price temporarily. So I saw this. So right now, in case you didn't know, if you go to GFN, and you try to sign up, you can get 6 months for $40, which is a good deal. Unfortunately, I'm still see right now. Hold on. No. Okay. Oh, $29.99. So special pricing for a limited time. Get 6 months priority membership for $29.99. So this normally 6 months would be $60, so you get half off. I think it's supposed to be like 50%, because if you do 6 months, it is like $45. But anyways, so I was gonna so my RTX 3080 tier ends at the end of this month. So I wanted to sign up for this one, but it wouldn't let me because I'm already signed up. So I'm gonna have to wait until it expires, and hopefully it's still available, and then I'll do the 6 months, because it's a good price. $30 for 6 months. I don't have to have 4K. I'm good with 1080. I don't obviously, I don't need to play 8 hours straight. So yeah, so if it lets me do it, I don't know if it's limited time offer. I don't know if you have to be new or what, but in case you guys didn't know, there you go. $29.99, 6 months priority tier. It's a really good price. They're probably doing it because all the Stadia people are looking for a new home. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's hardcore playlist. So I saw a bunch of people playing this game. All the cloud gamers were playing it on Boosteroid. So if you want to play that game and maybe you have like a Chromebook or something that can't handle the game, try Boosteroid. I'm still working on a deal with them so I can get a free month for myself so I can review it. And then I want to be able to give away a couple of free month sessions for other people. They haven't replied, so if I get it, I'll let you guys know. If not, then I'll probably just end up paying for that 1 month and just to review it. Man, I'm happy about this price drop. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you don't have to have the 3080 tier, which right now I don't feel like I have to. You know what I mean? It looks good, but to me, the free version looks good. And so if the free version and the tier and the priority are the same, with not waiting less, waiting in line less, then and not having to like get out every hour, then that's a good deal. I definitely do that for 6 months. So yeah, as soon as my RTX ends, I'm gonna see if I can sign up for that, and if I can, I will. Resident Evil Village Cloud Review Switch eShop. So a lot of people are saying that it's not great, the cloud version of Resident Evil on the Switch. I mean, it's not my game. I saw you play Squids, and I think somebody was playing last night. Was that Lo-Fi? I think Lo-Fi was playing last night with his wife, girlfriend. I don't know what she is. And it looks good. I know obviously that Stadia, and is it in GFN? I think it's GFN. It looks good on both. I know for a fact it looks good on Stadia. I'm not super sure if it's on GFN. But yeah, I guess a lot of people didn't like the Switch version. The Chromecast 197 Pixel Watch accessories. Chromecast. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Lo-Fi, it is a crazy one. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not that into scary games. I'll play it eventually. One of these days, I'll do a scary stream, but maybe Halloween. I don't know. Yeah, when you have kids, you don't have zero time for yourself in Halloween, so I don't expect to be able to stream that day. I am thinking about coming home after we do the trick-or-treating with the kids, and then probably walking Waikiki and recording it, because last time I did that, I got, I think, like 500 hits on that video, on that 45-minute video. So this time I might do it. I might do a 360 recording. So I have the Pro right there, the GoPro Max. Yeah, the GoPro Max. And then I got a bunch of batteries, so I might just go out there, record it, and then I post it on my channel, 360 version of it. Hey, Michelle's in the house. She's on Twitch. You follow me? Yeah. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube too. Welcome, Michelle. Welcome. So today is not super late for you guys, right? You're probably getting ready to relax for like an hour before you guys go to sleep. Right? It's Friday. It's Friday. Shadow reveals power upgrade. So I did see these. So Shadow computers, Shadow Cloud Gaming. They're not really cloud gaming because you just rent the rig from them. So I don't know if they call themselves cloud gaming. So much advertisement. Wow. Shadow reveals power upgrade, a cloud-based gaming platform powered by AMD, Epic, and NVIDIA RTX. So I saw Ray post like the difference or the upgrades on Twitter, but because I don't have it, I don't know what the original performance of it was. So the upgrades, obviously I didn't have a reference point, so I didn't know if it was really good or okay or so, you know what I mean? So you were MIA. I was MIA like a couple of days ago. Yeah, you were streaming, but you weren't. I left the stream up. It's just the ending screen. So it's basically I had a stream that night. Ended the stream. I know for a fact that I ended the stream because when the stream started by itself, because I went to sleep like at 11 at night, and I did not get up for anything, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, did I reach over to my desk and maybe accidentally hit the stream button or what? That's the only thing that could have happened, because I know my kids didn't wake up and come and touch my computer. My wife doesn't touch my computer. So because my phone is about a foot, when I sleep, my phone is about a foot from my mouse. It's too far from, I can't reach the keyboard, but I can maybe, mess around with the phone, drop it but it's 3 a.m. I have an alarm at 3 a.m. So there's no reason for me to reach over for my phone. But yeah, the stream went on at 3 a.m. I woke up and Kai sent me a message. A guy from the Army Reserve a long time ago sent me a message. He's like, "Hey, you're streaming your ending screen," and I'm like, "What?" And I checked, and yeah, it was streaming. I don't know how. It was just the weirdest thing. The only thing that was messed up is that I had more views on that stream and more likes than the stream I had done before that. So that was a little bit disappointing. Shadow, a cloud computing company, unveils its newest venture, Power Upgrade, which aims to assist users seeking enhanced performance with their leading cloud services. The company currently offers power upgrades in limited supply in Europe and North American regions. Shadow ushers new cloud. Okay, why Google halting support and discontinuing their cloud-based gaming platform Stadia earlier this month. Shadow recognized with Google. Okay, not why. Shadow recognizes the demand for gamers looking for an alternative service where they can play their favorite games using a powerful PC mode. So that's interesting, right? So a bunch of companies saw that Google was ending Stadia. I'm assuming that everybody understands it was a business decision and it wasn't making enough money, so they just killed the service. And then somehow that inspired them to try to get the Stadia community, which was, objectively small. Does that make sense? You think it would be like, oh wow, if Google can't do it, do we have it in us to do it? You know what I mean? But it wasn't. It was more like, okay, that's some customers that we can get right there. Interesting. It's just interesting. So it makes me wonder what the numbers look like for all the other cloud services. You know what I mean? I saw that GFN hit 20 million. I think Xbox had 10 million the last time that it came out. PlayStation, I don't even know, man. PlayStation is like a non-existent to me. It's non-exist. Oh my gosh, I can't say that. Non-existing to me. It sounds like I'm writing a poem. The only thing that I can relate with PS5 or PlayStation is that I have a PS5 controller that I used to play my Switch, which is super weird, right? The combination, but that's how it is. I like the PlayStation 5 and Stadia controller layout better than the Xbox one. The power of a high-end GPU with an NVIDIA RTX A45. So these numbers don't mean anything to me unless I see the gigahertz and the cores and the what's the other one? Yeah, the cores and there's one more. Embedded 1 gigabits fiber connection. But see, embedded means that they're hooked up to a gig connection, which presumably is the same for all the server racks, all those the cloud gaming suppliers. You know what I mean? So, but if it doesn't matter if they have a 1 gig connection, if we don't have a 1 gig connection, 16 gigabits of RAM, AMD EPYC 7543D CPU with a cores. Oh wait, NVIDIA. What's the difference between the NVIDIA RTX A45 and like the 3080 or 4090 or whatever? NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 class card designed for professionals. Okay, so 4 cores and 8 threads. That's what I was thinking about. I got confused. And the first one is the GPU. Second one is the CPU. Like I said, man, my brain's been kind of foggy this whole week. Shadow's new power upgrade features an AMD EPYC 7543P processor with 4 cores across 8 threads. The graphics card available to users via the cloud at launch will be the NVIDIA RTX A450. How does that one compare to like the 3080? And NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 class. Oh, and NVIDIA. Oh, okay. Duh. See, maybe I should finish reading and then ask my questions, right? Oh my gosh. I would have gotten yelled at if I was in the military class and be like, I'm getting to that. Designed for professionals and cloud computing. Users will have access to 16 gigabits of RAM and an embedded fiber connection of 1 gigahertz. So this is basically the RTX A4500 is basically the commercial version of a 3070, which aren't that hard to find right now, if you ask me. Hey, we got SPG in the house. I don't remember. Okay. Oh, there's no Capcom stuff on. Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, but they'll put their games for cloud services on Stadia, on Luna, and on Switch, but they won't put it on GFN. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that they didn't have any Capcom stuff on GFN. That's weird. The interesting thing is that the computer is being hardware sectioned off for virtual machines. Computers being hardware sectioned off for virtual machines. So that means you have one machine, but it's running multiple virtual machines. So does that mean that you're not really getting the, let's say, 3080 experience because you're sharing your processing power with, or is it just right? Because it's the same thing, right? The GPU or the CPU, you know. I'm assuming that when you're doing games, the GPU is the one doing most of the work, and the CPU is just running, you know, the processes aside from the graphics. It's comparable, but it's a little less powerful. The A5400 is way less powerful. Oh, okay. It's a 32 core chip. 32. It is GPU heavy, right? So does that mean that if you're running, if I'm running a computer, let's say an instance, and then SPG, you're running an instance, but we're both using the same hardware, that we're not getting the full power of that graphics card, right? We're sharing it. Interesting. Pricing of the new power upgrade service from Shadow will be $14.99 a month. Oh, I thought these guys were like expensive, like $50 a month or something. Yeah. I guess right now that maybe they're not that big, so you know everybody gets their own hardware, and it's just the whole virtual machine is probably more of a load management type of thing, where once their user base grows, then they won't run out of hardware. They'll just be able to launch new instances for those coming in. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wonder if somebody can do some testing on that. I know I've seen some people do test on GFN, but that's because you can, you know, there's some of the games that give you what the hardware is doing, but not every game does that. So I wonder if they can run those games on here. Well, actually, since it's a virtual PC, or so it's basically a PC, you can run your own benchmarking software on there. On top of the Shadow subscription fees. Oh, on top of the Shadow subscription fees for their service, which is $29.99. Oh wow! So it is $45. Jeez, that's too much. 45. So I mean, no gamers really going for this, right? It's got to be for like architects or engineers that are running scenarios and like different like weathermen, you know what I mean, like where they run different simulations. Simulations, I can't say that word right, While the price may seem high, the services grant access to high-powered PCs made for cloud computing and gaming. Users will also have options to add additional storage up to 5 terabytes through separate tiered plans. Whew. Sounds like it's just getting more and more expensive. That's all I hear, man. It's like dollar bills. Dollar bill, yo. While the service is currently in limited quantities, more power upgrades openings will be available next month. Shadow ensures consumers that more systems will be added consistently in the future. Shadow services are available to over 120 million additional users this year. That just means that it's available in countries that equal 120 million, right? But right, Shadow services are available to over 120 million additional users this year. I don't know what that means. Okay. I don't see myself ever using Shadow. Really, I mean, when Luna is $10 and GFN is $10 and who else? Xbox is 15, PlayStation is 15. PlayStation, I would use Shadow before PlayStation, but I don't see how $45 is justifiable. You know what I mean? Did we just add another rig and sections that off as well for more users? Yeah. For not a full rig, it is not worth it in my opinion. Yeah, it's way too much money, man. This, you know what I mean? Like 10 months. You pay for it 10 months, you can get yourself a freaking Series X, you know, 10, 11 months. So, not for me. Michelle's like, not me. Michelle, Nintendo Switch has enough power for what you need it for. You know what I mean? It's just the games that it has on there. So Wavetail, I finished this game, so I'm glad that I finished it, but I guess it is going to PC. And if you guys didn't get a chance, it was a pro game. So if you didn't have pro and you didn't have a chance to play it, it's a really nice game. I really liked it. Like I said, I think it was my second or third game that I completed. I didn't 100 because there was one of the timed runs that I couldn't find. I couldn't go back and find. So I just kind of get, you know, I was like, oh, I'll go back another day. And I never did. But I'm at like 99%, you know. I finished the story. It's just that one time, which I don't like time trials. I'm not really good at time trials. It always gets me frustrated. The one, so I finished Immortals Phoenix Rising, but the one, I think they call it Shrine, that I didn't finish was a time trial that was just driving me crazy. And I think, who was I talking about? I think I was talking to either Big Papa Bear Gaming. Big Papa Bear Game. I just added more stuff to his name. I think I was talking to him, and he said he was frustrated with that same one and never got back to it. So I'm pretty sure it was him. After 2 years, you could have built my computer. Yeah. Wait, see, now I know. Let's do the math on that. After 2 years, so 45 times 24. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. I thought your computer was way more expensive than that, unless you did the math wrong, because that's $1,000, $1,080, and I've seen computer desktops on sale for like $1,600 with the cards, with the stuff that you posted. Yeah, $1,000 for a computer is cheap. The laptop that I have is $1,000. Okay, automotive display market is set to grow at a rapid pace. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I suck at math. 8 years. 8 years. Oh, now I want to do that math. Is that 8 times 12? Can you guys see that? Oh, you can. Times 12 times 45. Jeez. Lordy, I can buy a car with that, man. But I wasn't asking just to ask you last time about your PC build. I was looking around. I went, what was it? I think it was this last weekend. I went and I was looking at some of the pre-built ones, you know, like some of the gaming rigs and like at Best Buy, and I go a lot to the NEX because there's no taxes. It's military. It's the Navy Exchange, but I go there because it's the same. And so they have some up there for right under 2,000 with like 3060, 3070 graphics cards, nice little chassis, just the standard, some of the gaming companies keyboard and mouse and stuff, and it looks okay. And I'm like, okay, so $2,000 should be enough. And then I go online and try to customize some of them to like the top end stuff. And I think I did one from Razer, and I maxed it out. It was like $16,000. So like, oh my God, who would pay $16,000 for a PC? That's wild. I like doing the math. I'm sure. Because as soon as he said 2 years, I'm like, 2 years, this doesn't seem like that much. With monitors, oh wow. Without the monitor, oh, okay. Yeah, oh actually, yeah, now that I think about it, it's under 2,000, not including the monitor. So if you want a good monitor, that's what, 400 or 500 bucks for just a gaming one or something. If you want like a real fancy one, you start talking about 1,000, 2,000. Yeah. Build your own, you'll be way more happier. Yeah, I mean, I built some before. But right. So I'm trying to be as much of a minimalist and as frugal as I can be, because I've learned my lesson. I talked about this before, but pre 2016, I wasn't really very financially savvy. And so, I figured, I'm 36 years old. I shouldn't be, going check to check, with my career history, it should be a little bit better than that. So then I started focusing more, and then I realized that a lot of that money goes. So not that it's not worth it, and like I said, I mentioned this before. Not that a new computer is not worth it, or that making my own for a certain amount of money is not worth it. It's just that it has to make sense to me. You know what I mean? So right now it doesn't make sense because this computer that I'm on right now is still running, and I got it in 2012. And I can still play games on it. I can probably install some games. I know I've did it before. So unless the new games just have a lot stricter requirements, I do plan on doing some streams where I try to install games in this PC and see how it handles it. I'll show you guys the specs, which are super old, right? 2012. I'll show you the specs, and then we'll see which games installs and which ones doesn't. I know I can install Fortnite, unless something changed that won't let me install it. I used to play Fortnite on PC on this computer, and it was fine. Not 4K, but I'll get 2K, 60 frames per second kind of thing. Oh, we got Mr. Urban in the house. Mr. Urban World. I almost said Mr. Urban House. That sounds like a good brand, huh? Mr. Urban House. Robocop has entered the chat. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Mr. Urban World? What's going on? I bought my GPU during the fall of the chip crisis for $800, and my CPU was $700. Oh, that's not bad. For $800, that's cheap, right? Because don't you have the 3090 or something? Biggest cost. Yeah, those are the most expensive. Yeah. Well, I mean, those are the brains of the computer, so they're expected to be the most cost. Yeah, so I was studying electrical engineering, so I was really, really nerdy with everything. Like I said, I had my own diagnosis, kind of hardware in the house and everything. But like everything, I burnt out, lost interest, and moved on. So, yeah, here and there, I kind of get the urge to do this or to do that. Like I was just mentioning on some of the other streams, so I have zero interest on a console, right? PlayStation or Xbox. Zero interest. And then I go to Target. I forget why I went. I went over there. I always walk through the electronics section, no matter where I go. If I can go to Target or Walmart for a soda, and I'm gonna go through the electronics section. So I went to Target, and then they had some Series X, $500, and I'm like, man, I don't really want a console. And then somehow my brain started trying to rationalize why I do need one. And then I'm like, So when I got to Target, I was like, 100%, I don't need I wouldn't buy a console. And then by the time I left, I didn't buy it. But by the time I left, I was like, maybe I do need a console. That's when I started talking about how the only scenario where I would buy one, I managed to convince myself, but still didn't pull the trigger. So it's so funny, bro. That was a problem pre 2016. I would go out there and be like, oh, you know what? I don't really need this, but when I really think about it, I need it. And then I would walk out with $1,000 in credit card. Yeah, silly stuff. Even my rig, I built my computer with Stadia and cloud gaming in mind. The only thing I skipped on was my GPU, and I have officially ran out of VRAM on some games at 4K. I actually need. Oh wow. Oh, I thought you. Oh yeah, you don't have the 3090, right? Wait, I thought you did have you have the 3080. Wow. What kind of games are those? Like, are you maxing everything out? Not much listening to streams. I'm watching anime. Nice. Yeah. Kai's been trying to get me to get into anime, but not that I don't like it, not that that I have anything against it. It's just I don't even watch Netflix now. You know what I mean? Like, I think the last time I jumped on Netflix was for somebody's comedy special, somebody who just came out with a comedy special. But yeah, I try to go, like I was watching The Boys on Google Prime or on Amazon Prime. And I'm literally on the last episode, and I haven't finished it. Literally. 38 is 10 gigabytes. Oh, okay. It's 24. Ooh, wow, it's more than double. Now that I am gaming and streaming from same rig, yes, maxed out at 4K. Oh, that's right, because most like professional streamers would use one rig to game on and another rig to stream from. So they have two different computers running it, right? Because the encoding of the stream, you got to take that into consideration for the CPU and the GPU, right? Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I think because Holtz and Kai were in my chat once, and then we were dual streaming, I think. Yeah, we were streaming Animal Crossing together. We were looking for it was a scavenger hunt at different Dream Islands. I was doing my stream, reacting to when I found stuff. Kai was in her stream, reacting to what she found, but we were both on Discord, so Holtz was going back and forth. And not Holtz, but Kai is more entertaining, so he ended up on her stream. Whatever. I like Kai. Xbox Game Pass growth has slowed down on console, but yeah, of course. I mean, can we just guess? Wait, was Xbox the one that hit 20 million, or was GFN the one that hit 20 million? Yeah, we can just guess that cloud services are growing, right? Fluffy, yeah. He came out with. I haven't watched his. I was watching. Oh no! I went back to watch Dave Chappelle. Every time I watch a YouTube video of Dave Chappelle, it makes me want to go back and watch his full special. So I was watching one of them. That's the last time I went to Netflix. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Holtz has the flu right now. He was chatting about an hour ago in Discord. Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife's sick too. Everybody got sick here. If cloud wasn't my focus at the time, I would have gotten the 3090, but my rig can definitely do it with ease. I just need a tiny bit more VRAM. 24 will be overkill. So, SPG, do you still have your old rig? Can you run the stream on the old rig? Oh, but then you're running 4K, right? I wonder if you can use both rigs, or would that just like consume all the electricity in your house? My highest conviction stock. This feature packed Power A Moga XP7X Plus. So this one, the only problem that I have with these here is I like the size and everything, but they're Bluetooth, and it feels like Bluetooth. on top of the cloud. You know what I mean? Not that the cloud is laggy, but you know, there's too many places where it would lag. You know what I mean? Lag. Save 20% when you place a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet pre-order. Nintendo pulled a Splatoon 3 mode because it found another. Huh? Oh, I just bought Splatoon 3. Is Genshin Impact cross-platform? I think so. Isn't it free on other platforms? You watched the fluffy one last week? I'm gonna watch it probably today. I want to do another Assassin's Creed Origins. I really like that game. I can't believe I got it for free. So I was playing it last night. I really liked it, but my butt was hurting from sitting too long. So I think later I'm gonna take a quick break. Later I'll come back with another Assassin's Creed stream probably. I should do a Nintendo stream because I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to do it tomorrow, and I've been kind of skipping a lot of Nintendo streams. So we'll see. I might change my mind. I don't know. I do what I like, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it do what it do. I could run 2 rigs on, or I could turn down some settings, but I'm getting a 3090. Can't count on. Oh, you are gonna replace the 3080 with the 3090? Can't count on cloud gaming, and I enjoy my streaming hobby, and this ensures I can if I want for 6 more years. Yeah. I haven't played my Switch for a full hour yet. I still need to buy games. Wait, you haven't played it in the past hour, or you haven't played it for longer than an hour? Oh, Michelle's jumped over. She's like, how come I'm the only one on Twitch? So she jumped over. I'm missing all the comments. I have a shirt that says I do what I want. Yeah. I'm gonna start making some shirts, and the first one is gonna be I do what I want, call me Karen. only men's sizes. I was having this Instagram fight with one of my friends. Not a fight. We were discussing some stuff, and I called him a Karen for some of the stuff he was saying. And I made myself laugh. Because he's like this big, muscular, half Italian, half black dude. Like, whatever, Karen. We're good friends, though, so you can take it. You'd buy it. I'm gonna make it. I wish I was more like I'm like artsy with certain things, but I can't be artsy or like original. You know, I can put stuff together and make it look okay, but I can't just come up with something random out of my own brain. You know. I think my little one's gonna be good with that. She's gonna be an artist, I think. The one I am nabbing on is 865. Oh, okay. The 3090. Oh, that's cheap. Wait, did I miss something? Hold on. So you are gonna get the 3090. Okay. Play 40 minutes max since the day I purchased. Oh, I see what you're saying. You haven't played it for more than an hour. Yeah, I mean, just play the free games. You don't have to buy games. There's a bunch of free ones. I have a shirt that says I do what I want. I read that one. My GPU sells for 580 lightly used. Oh, okay, you're gonna sell one to pay for the other one. That makes sense, right? Because you don't need to have 2 sitting around. The one I'm nabbing is 85. Nice. It's interesting that you put the $sign at the end. Is that a SPG thing, or is that like a... That's interesting. I wonder where you got that from. I'm not even exaggerating. This is not a lie, right? I have a soldier, or I had a soldier. I moved from the unit, so he's not my soldier anymore. I have a soldier that writes upside down. So, you know, you would have the paper with the, you know, the thing up here. He literally writes like this, upside down, but he writes right side up. Wait, hold on. Does that make sense? So he'll have to flip the paper upside down. The first time I saw that, I thought he was messing with me. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just writing. I'm like, your paper's upside down. I was like, yeah, that's how I write. I'm like, there's no way. And he's not a little kid. He's a college graduate. He works for the post office. He's 30 something years old. And I'm like, no way you write like that. He's like, yep, I write like that. He says, he's from Samoa. And I'm like, how did you learn to write like that? That's impossible. Everything he writes is upside down. I have no idea. He's like, I don't know. I just always wrote like that. None of your teachers ever told you, hey, that's how you write. It's like, nope. It's like, oh, wow. That is so crazy. SPG. Were you here when I was talking about, I think I was talking to Rock about how, so, Michelle, so SPG, oh, so by the way, too, last time I rated you, SPG, I think I rated you. And Michelle came to your channel and you were calling her Michael, which is actually not your fault because that's not how the way she's spelling her name right here. And YouTube is, it's wrong. She told me the story, but I forgot already, Michelle. I don't think you told me. I think you said it was a long story, but so anyways, that's Michelle. She went to your stream. I think she subbed to your channel. So I was telling Rock that that I miss his shows because I wake up when he finishes and then he throws it over to you. And a couple of times I was watching, I was getting ready. It's like, for me, it's 7 o'clock in the morning when you start streaming. So the girls are getting ready. I have to drop them off or at least walk them to school. In the beginning, we were walking, then I got lazy and we started driving them, even though they're literally 3 blocks away. And so what happens is I'm listening to your thing, right? And then, you curse. So then I turn it down a little bit so that I can only hear it because I'm right here. And my girls, they're getting ready, or my wife over there, so they can't hear it. And so I'm listening to you, I think I put you in my pocket and I can hear you guys talking, messing with each other. And then I get in the car, and when I turn the car on, the Bluetooth gets picked up and it goes full blast, because when you're on Bluetooth, it saves the volume on Bluetooth. So even if I turn it down off Bluetooth, it won't be a low volume. It will be whatever the previous Bluetooth volume was, because there's 2 different ones where you got the original phone volume and then you got the Bluetooth volume. So I get in the car, I turn it on, my girls are already inside, so I can go drop them off. And then you guys come up, and between me reaching over to pause it, I think I was either pausing it or I think I was gonna pause it. From me reaching over to pause it to my finger touching the screen, there was like 6 curse words said, and my girl's like, ooh, like blaming me. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna tell mom. So that's why now I gotta make sure my phone is off before I get in the car, otherwise they're gonna get a earful. But you're funny, man. You guys are hilarious. I wish I could play with you guys more, man, but I think next month my job is gonna allow me to stay home because we're taking care of all the messy stuff right now, inventory and all that stuff you have to physically be there for. So hopefully once everything starts, then I can, justify starting at like 9 for me or something. We start at 9 now, but I got to do the commute and pick up my boss and all that. So my boss, I do that with the $sign too. Oh yeah, you put it at the end. You're not, simply stop that. Very ADHD, very dyslexic, horrible at math, cursed like a sailor. I should have been a soldier. So that's perfect. You're perfect for streaming, that's for sure. Yeah, I thought Michelle W was a guy. Yeah, it's Michelle. She's just, I was going to say sweet old grandma, but you're not old and you're not a grandma yet. So like Michelle and not Michelle. Yeah, I forget you. I'm a girl. I forget why you spelled it like that. I think you told me. Something to do with another account or something, right? Yeah, I was shocked when he said your name about a week ago. Yeah. Michelle was my last name. My parents divorced my mom. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. My parents divorced. My mom got remarried, and my last name, Michelle, was changed. Ah, that's right. Do I remember that? I'm not sure if that's what I remember. Let's see. How did you meet Primo? Was it from Nintendo too? Yeah, she came in. She was my very first, like, supporter. I'm gonna say supporter because every time I stream, she would show up and just say hi or hang out. She would come to my island. And you go back to any of my Animal Crossing streams, and she's gonna be in it. You're guaranteed. Mm. Yeah, November 2020 is when I started streaming Animal Crossing, and she jumped in like day two, like second stream. She was there. Seems like I'm missing out on the good Switch games. So far, I'm only at Sonic Forces and House of... Yeah, you gotta try Animal Crossing, man. If you never played it before, you're missing out a lot. I mean, I wasn't even really a gamer, and I put almost close to 2,000 hours in that game. You know, you don't want grandbabies? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want any more babies. Hey, you used to take notes. Oh, you used to take notes for my stream? For real? I was learning more from you than you were learning from me. We don't get to catch you live very often, but watch you a lot. You and interesting fellow. Oh, thank you, SPG. Yeah, I know the timing is weird, especially because every time I find a nice time, every time I find a nice schedule, I have to keep changing with all these changes to like work and companies and all that. So, all right. So Xbox Phil Spencer gives his thoughts on Stadia closure. Oh, well, I want to know that. Did anybody talk about this? As Stadia dies, Xbox Phil Spencer says cloud gaming shouldn't be an either or. He's right. Yeah. I don't know, man. The Stadia controller is the best controller. I mean, you know, for me, I like the weight. I like the feel. I don't like the pointy. I have an Xbox controller too. I don't like the pointiness of it. The triggers are pointy. I don't know. I like the rounder shape. Google Stadia is set to shut down in a matter of months after barely 3 years of availability. Last week, that would have hurt a little bit more than it did today, but slowly but surely. What went wrong in a complex question, but it seems Xbox Phil Spencer has an opinion on why Stadia didn't succeed in the same way xCloud gaming has. And as someone who loves Stadia, I've got to say he's dead on. In an interview during the Wall Street Journal Tech Live event this week, Phil Spencer's laid out a look at the future of Xbox gaming through his responses, as well as offering some tidbits, including the decision to shelve the cloud gaming dedicated device known as Keystone. Spencer was also asked about cloud gaming as a business model, or as the Wall Street Journal reporter Sarah Needleman asked the Xbox chief if the market is actually ready for cloud gaming following Google's decision to shutter Stadia, and what Xbox is doing to succeed in cloud gaming where Google couldn't. In response to Stadia's closure and what Xbox is doing differently, Spencer explained that Microsoft views Xbox cloud gaming as an option as the company encourages choice for players. He reasons that Microsoft's approach to cloud gaming has been customer driven and acts as a way to allow customers to play their games on devices that otherwise might not be able to play console quality games, rather than either or approach that Google Stadia and other cloud gaming platforms like Amazon Luna have taken. So meaning you either on cloud or you're on console is what Stadia and Amazon are doing. But with Xbox, you have either a console and cloud, right? That makes sense. Our approach has been to give our customers a choice in how they play. We haven't gone out and tried to tell people that they should not play on their PC or they should not play on their phone or their gaming console. We look at cloud as an option for people maybe when they're away from their console or PC, or they're on a device like tablets and they want to play a game. Tablet's not going to run most console games, so we're all able to stream to that device. And the other platforms have gone out and tried to make it a real either or choice. You're either playing and streaming or you're not. We've taken a more customer driven focus. We have a subscription. You can buy games. If you subscribe, you are able to stream those games to any device with a web browser. Giving the customer the choice, putting the customer at the center of our decision making has led to more success for us. And I think we just announced we crossed 20 million people who have tried our cloud streaming. It's early. I don't have a vision where everybody's on cloud, nobody buying a piece of hardware. I don't think that's the future, but giving customers choice, we found is good business. I mean, he's supposed to say that. He's supposed to say we're focused on the customer. So I think that's just fluff. But if you look at it in between the lines, he's kind of right. You know what I mean? It's like, it's nice to, sit in front of your TV and play on your Xbox or your PlayStation. But what happens when you're standing in line, to do something and you still feel the urge to play a game, or, you have to wait 2 hours to wait, like, like I had to last week to get my ID card. It's nice that you can continue progress on a game that's on your computer, on your console, but it's also on your phone. You know what I mean? He threw that customer first stuff in there just as a business thing, but I get it. You can view the full interview here with talk of Stadia and cloud gaming coming in around the 12:30 mark. Oh, okay. I kind of want to watch that. Around the time of Stadia's launch, Phil Spencer said that Google was the real competition for Xbox, and at the time he was referring to the free version of the platform that Xbox still doesn't offer. 9 to 5 Google's take as someone who invested quite heavily in Stadia and spent quite a bit of time playing on the platform. I have to say I fully agree with Spencer on this point. Stadia was a brilliant idea in theory, a platform that followed you virtually anywhere you went and forgoes some of the limitations that traditional consoles such as downloads, waiting on updates, and just the physical size and power consumption of a console or PC. They were all points that sold me on Stadia. But it's abundantly clear that a cloud-only platform isn't ready just yet for a number of reasons. Spencer's comments about not seeing a time where everybody's on cloud, nobody buying a piece of hardware is dead on. I can't count the number of times where I opted not to play on Stadia because my ISP was acting up or I was having other network issues. Heck, I couldn't play any cloud gaming services reliably for the better part of 6 months because of ongoing issues with my network. In those cases, still owning a powerful gaming PC allowed me to keep playing my games when my network made Stadia impossible. And really, I'd have loved to be able to locally download the games I was playing on Stadia during those times. With Xbox approach, that's exactly what you get. Cloud when you want it and all of the benefits that provides, but local play on a PC or a console when you want that. While some of Google's cloud-only features were impressive and the promises that a cloud-only platform could provide remain enticing, they just aren't feasibly for everyone yet. I'm not the only person to have network or ISP hiccups that are out of my control, and that makes cloud gaming tough. And besides that, Google never actually capitalized on those benefits anyway. Stadia had the tech right, but Xbox approach really seems to understand where players are and what they want today in a way that Google could never have replicated. So I think that's why some of us are hardcore Stadia fans while others are haters, is because the business plan for Google Stadia was very specific. It is good for the majority, like the bell curve, right? The majority of Stadia gamers are this type of players, and then you get some stragglers. You get some hardcore PC gamers that are take advantage of the benefits of cloud, and then you have some maybe console players that normally play in front of their TV. They would take advantage of those, but the majority was kind of like convenience. You know what I mean? Maybe go back to not very patient with downloads or don't have the time for downloads and updates and stuff like that. And so I think that was the core, right? But there aren't enough people like that, I think. You know what I mean? That they want to game, but they don't have the chance to game. I think most people that want to game find the time. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. I agree with a lot of it. You know, like I still, like I said, I can convince myself to get a console or hardware, but it's really hard to it's hard to justify it. You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact it's just gonna sit there and it's not gonna get touched. You know. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. Oh man, I'm so addicted to that game. To which one? Animal Crossing? Uh, you have to be around at 3 to 4 in the morning. That's when Primo forces me to watch. Yeah, I appreciate it. By the way, appreciate you staying up that late. Yeah, it's a little rough, man. I used to wake up at 3 in the morning, 3 to 3:30 in the morning to do day trading, and oh my gosh, that was rough. I don't know how people do it. I'll text you that arcade I told you about. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, send it to me so I can check it out. Stadia is not dead. Stadia is dead, buddy. I hate to say it. I bought into a no hardware. I didn't want to buy graphics cards again. Here I am again. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like those things where you have to settle. You know what I mean? This is really what I want, but I can't have that right now, so I'll settle for this, which is not bad, but it's not as good as this. So that's where my mind is right now, and like it's almost causing me to rethink. I don't like I don't want to sound overly dramatic, but I'm not as excited about playing as I was before the news came out. So I don't know if it's just my way of grieving, or if it's just waiting, having like just having to wait for my mind to make sense of it. You know what I mean? Because I do enjoy Assassin's Creed Origins that I was playing last night, but yeah, it's just like that excitement is not as strong. You know what I mean? And so we'll see. Well, time will tell if I'm gonna go back to being excited about gaming, playing, hanging out with you guys and everything, or if I'm just gonna take a break. You know what I mean? I think Vet was mentioning. I think he did it. He's thinking about it because of health reasons, of taking a break from streaming, because he had operations and everything. But I think. Right now, I'm leaning towards taking a break after Stadia closes, just to reset. You know what I mean? You guys ever do that for like multiple things? Sometimes I do it for diet. Like I'll go 7 days, just water, kind of reset everything, and then kind of go back and try to start healthy, and eventually fall out. It's all practice, right? Sometimes I go a nice 6 months without spending any money on anything that is unnecessary. And then sometimes I go a weekend where it's like, oh my God, what did I do? Like tomorrow I'm thinking about, well, I want to get her something, because the one that she has now is kind of falling apart. And so because she hasn't really asked me for this thing, it goes like this. I'm like, well, maybe she just doesn't know that we can, get a new one. I'm not gonna get a brand new one for sure, but I'm gonna go tomorrow. I got a soldier who sells those things, and so she might walk in anytime. That's why I'm being vague. And so I'm gonna check it out, and if I see something that makes sense that I can justify, then I'll switch it over. If not, then that's why I don't want to say anything, because if it doesn't happen, I don't want her to get all excited. But we'll see tomorrow. I'm gonna spend most of the morning looking for something that might work for her. Yeah. Sometimes she has to, like, because she's a photographer, right? So sometimes she has to like go with customers, and I'm okay being in something that's old and rusty, but maybe she's not. So. But yeah, I thought, are you back on Animal Crossing, Michelle? Do I need to call your man, I wish I was quicker with the terms. You want me to call your support team? Your sponsor? Do I need to call your sponsor so you can take some time from Animal Crossing? Are you back on that Animal Crossing? Huh? I thought we talked about this. You want to hurt yourself? Don't you know you're hurting your family? I guarantee you, somebody could come up with a commercial where it's like an intervention for Animal Crossing, and everybody that played Animal Crossing would be like, "I know, maybe I need." I guarantee you, man. I wish I was that clever. My friend is a videographer and director, so maybe I can come up with something. Oh, that'd be hilarious. It would have been perfect like last year, but it's dying out now. I saw people doing mods for Animal Crossing. I don't know if you've seen that, Michelle. Somebody's making mods where the trees are huge, or you take like a flower and it's the size of a house. I don't know how they do that, but I wouldn't want to mess with I can mess with this one. This one just sits here. Like I keep charging it and it dies before I even get to play it again because I have the other one that's better. I have big hands, that's why. I'm more of a casual gamer these days, but if I come across a good game, I'm going all in, which is rare these days. I'm more of a collector who embraces emerging tech. Breath of the Wild is the best, man. Breath of the Wild is really good. I still got to go back into it, but I had a lot of fun with Breath of the Wild. So anything in VR and cloud, I'm going to support just for the progression alone, but I'm both physically and cloud. Have you heard that Meta has lost 700 billion in value in the last year? It went from $1 trillion company to a not trillion, almost $1 trillion company to like a 200 million billion dollar company. They're losing a lot of money. I am your sponsor. You're my sponsor, and we're each other's sponsors. Michelle, we got you here today, surrounded by people that love you, people that care about you, because you have a problem, and then take your 3 switches away. Michelle, hand them over, Michelle. Hand them over. You know they're not good for you. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Oh, I'm making myself cry over here. Yeah, they're losing tons of money, and he's still pumping money into it. So that would have been the problem if Google decided to dump a bunch of money into Stadia and then it didn't work out. That's why I always had a problem with people saying, but it's a $1 trillion company. They can just put the money in. They can just buy games. Like, nah, that's not how it works, man. It wants to turn Meta into a 100% VR company. I mean, it sounds like a interesting idea. I don't know if it'll work, though. I mean, I'm not even in the VR world, so that would be awesome. You should do it. Yeah. If I was more creative, if I had more drive, I would do it, but I'm just a lazy guy, man. That'd be so fun. I'm laughing more because I had a friend in high school who used to do that kind of stuff. He would put like the silliest ideas in your head. I mean, I don't know how he's not a comedian. He ended up being like a NASA engineer. Smart guy, but as we look at Elon Musk here buying Twitter. But he would put these silly ideas in your head and then he would act them up, and it was hilarious. This is not as funny now, but because it actually exists. But back in high school, I graduated in 1998. So let's say 97, 98, he was talking about, having like a rock, paper, scissors championship. And they would have athletes. Promoting Gatorade. This is his idea or joke or whatever, not mine. But it's like, yeah, you can have like sponsorships by Gatorade, and the Gatorade commercials would be like real slow motion, like, and it's like this head is all sweaty and like has blisters and bleeding. And it's like, it's funny. That was hilarious, man. But now it exists. Now they have rock, paper, scissors championships. Oh, that's so funny. 2 years on, it remains unmatched. Unmatched on sales. Yeah, I did go back. Oh, so I talked about Target earlier, and then I also went to the Navy Exchange, and it was like a month ago, they had a rack full of PS5s and they're all gone, and they only had like 3 or 4 Xbox Series X's, and they still had a couple of them left. So hey, Crow Resin, what's up, buddy? Welcome, welcome. So I guess the PlayStation 5s are selling like hotcakes still. Speaking of taking a break, I told a few people that I'm thinking about disappearing for a while to focus on my health. Really need to start sleeping more. Yeah, man, you gotta sleep. It's crazy important, man. Like I catch myself going a week with like 4 to 5 hours a night, and then I think I told you last time, right? And I just would crash for the entire day. The day that we found out about Stadia, so September 29th, I got home, and I think I was doing that. I was staying up late, I forget what I was doing. Everything's just like a blur. But I got home, and then I went to sleep like at 5-6 p.m. and then I woke up like at 6 in the morning, and like 6:30 in the morning, and that's when Rock was reading the blog. So 12 hours, because you gotta get sleep, man. It's crazy. It doesn't work like, it's not like, you sleep 4 hours here, 4 hours here, and then you just sleep whatever 16 hours the next day. It still doesn't work that way. I saw a bunch of documentaries on that. But you definitely gotta make sure you get a sleep, because it affects everything. Obi added me to his family plan to learn more Spanish. He has been starting his stream off in Spanish while I'm on break. I think I'll focus on more language learning and catch up. Yeah, it's there's a strategy. There's a strategy to learning language. I was explaining to a girl she was trying to learn Japanese. What? She was trying to learn Italian, I think. And I have it right here. I have the name of the thing. Unless I deleted it. Maybe I deleted it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Was it in personal? Legal. Oh, maybe I don't have it. I can't think of the name. But this is the theory. And I know this has nothing to do with cloud gaming, but so the theory is, I give you a word, right? Let's say we do a Spanish word. I give you árbol, right? So I say, okay, árbol, that means tree. Okay, you have to say it, árbol, and so you say it, right? And then a minute later, I'll be like, how do you say tree in Spanish? And because it's only been a minute, most of the time people will be like, árbol. And they're like, yeah, árbol. So then 5 minutes later, okay, how do you say tree again? Árbol. And if you can't remember it, right? If 5 minutes after, I'm like, how do you say tree again? And you're like, oh, I forget. I'm like, okay, you say árbol. And then we start back up. So a minute later, okay, how do you say tree again? And then you say it, right? So like, let's say you do I ask you at 5 minutes and you remember, okay? So 10 minutes, I'm like, how do you say tree again? And then you remember. And then you go 30 minutes, and then you go like an hour, and you basically double the time, so that after a week, I'm like, how do you say tree again? If you don't remember, you gotta start from the beginning. You gotta go a minute, 5 minutes, 10. So there's this name for that system, and I can't remember what the name of that is, because they didn't ask me a minute after that. No, joking. That was dumb. Hold on, I do have it. Dropbox. I think I have. I was looking at my. I was looking at my Google Drive, and I think I just remembered that it's not on Google Drive. It's on my company's, because I pay extra for the company's Dropbox, because we upload a bunch of pictures, and so I think that's where I put it. And it's coming up, and dismiss. Hold on, I'm gonna get you that system. I have the Spanish one. I can send it to you. I just gotta send you a zip file. But I like it because it'll get you through. it'll get you through the basics. You know what I mean? And then once you get the basics, once you get a like 5-10% into the language, then it's like almost you teach yourself after that. You just got to get yourself to be able to understand the majority of the words in between, like the and like those common ones. And after that, you'll be able to tell which words you don't know, and so you write those down, and you remember, you try to memorize those, and then you get those. And yeah, so after a while it becomes almost not self-explanatory, self-instructive. I don't know. You start learning by themselves. Oh, I think I did erase it. Oh no, I have the Japanese, I have the Mandarin. Where do I have them? Man, I don't know. I'm gonna find it. I know for a fact that I didn't delete it because I wanted to learn some of those languages too. But yeah, it's a really interesting way. Yeah. So you just basically keep hitting yourself longer and giving yourself longer and longer breaks in between, so that once you remember after a month, like if a month later I'm like, remember that word that I taught you? It was Spanish for tree. And if you remember it, then you're good. It's hard to forget after that, as long as you keep using it, right? Yeah. I know you're learning a bunch of language now. But yeah, so that's kind of a good way to learn. I'll figure it out, and I'll probably drop it on Discord. If you guys aren't on Discord, go ahead and jump in there. I think what I'm gonna do, this Discord, I want to try doing a podcast, not because everybody's doing it, but because it seems fun when you get like a panel of people and you just discuss topics. So yeah, I want to do a show once my schedule kind of settles down. I want to find a time where I can sit down with 2 or 3 people, and we just can discuss topics. It could be cloud gaming, it could be vlogging, it could be language, whatever. I'm not really married to any of them. I'm only married to one person, and she's over there not thinking about me right now. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella publishes annual letter. Microsoft and Google are getting destroyed in the market, man. Xbox game, everybody is, but specifically them. Yeah. And so they came out in I was watching I think it was like the Daily Show, and they got mentioned, but they specifically mentioned in the cloud. Yeah, cloud computing. Not cloud gaming, but cloud computing. They're getting destroyed for whatever reason. Xbox Game Pass continued underperformance. Wait, what? Right. So one story is telling you that they had 20 million users, and another one's telling you that they're not performing well. Oh man, really? Xbox Game Pass's continued underperformance raises questions. How do you get rid of this? ISIS leaders, what? I don't want to see that. Man, there's no way to get rid of this. There has to be a better way. I'm gonna end up having to download a ad blocker or something. All right. So on Thursday, Microsoft revealed that for the second year in a row, Xbox Game Pass has failed to meet its growth targets, this time by a fairly significant margin. Weirdly, this is a metric directly tied to CEO Satya Nadella's pay, along with other Microsoft execs, so clearly it's pretty important to them. Here are the last 3 years of Xbox Game Pass growth targets and actual results. 2020 target 71%, actual 85%. Wait, so that one was good then. Oh, because of the pandemic. Oh, okay. Target 47, 37. Target 72, and they only got 28% of where they wanted to get. I don't even know what they're considering growth. Like users, income, what? The good news is growth, and the problems may not be with the pace of adoption of the service, but instead Microsoft's expectations of it. The only year it exceeded Microsoft's high targets was during the first year of the pandemic, where everyone was quarantined and gaming spending exploded. And there's nothing like instant access to a full library of games when you're home and can't go anywhere. But there's really no indications that Game Pass's wild growth should continue this far into its lifespan. Phil Spencer recognizes the obvious here in a quote he gave during the Wall Street Journal Tech Show. I've seen growth slow down mainly because at some point you've reached everybody on console that wants to subscribe. Okay. Is that him? I thought Phil Spencer was a white guy. This guy looks brown. Maybe he's just a tanned. The key word there is console, as it's also the case that PC Game Pass subscriptions have exploded, growing 159% year over year. And while Phil Spencer accidentally showed off a streaming console prototype that is, in theory, could be purely for cloud gaming, expanding Game Pass's reach further, Microsoft has said that such a unit is still years away. Another interesting figure here is that Spencer said that Xbox Game Pass is 10 to 15% of Microsoft's gaming revenue. Or gaming revenue, okay. And that's, yes, it is profitable for the company, given that Microsoft seems almost wholly into promoting Xbox Game Pass when it comes to the Xbox ecosystem and how it's launching every single first-party game it makes as a day one Game Pass release. I'm a little surprised it's that low. I guess you have to add it in everything else: console sales, game sales, microtransactions, cuts, Xbox Live subscriptions, unbundled from Game Pass, but again, 10 to 50% just feels a bit low. As for its profitability, at least I can say if you're making fun of my the way I'm reading right now. Let me hear you say carro. I got you. I have to wonder how that calculated. Say Halo Infinite costs $100 million to make. It launches on Game Pass. Is there some master spreadsheet where total Game Pass revenue is calculated against the cost of the games that launch on it? Where do people go? People who do buy actual copies of the game fit in? Where do microtransaction sales go? What happens when it's not just one mega game launching on Game Pass each year, but a few? As Microsoft Studio purchases start mass producing offerings, they probably go by time played. That's how Netflix does it. You know what I mean? So Netflix considers something successful by the amount of plays, not because it doesn't make money off each individual movie or show. So if Halo Infinite releases day one and everybody's playing it, that's a successful game. If 10% is playing it, okay, so it maybe didn't do so well. You know what I mean? But yeah, another thing they might look at too, another variable is probably how many people sign up for Game Pass right before the game launches, just so they have access to it. Because I guarantee you, there's people that only get Game Pass for the months that games they want to play get released, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And would Microsoft be making dramatically more profit if they were launching games off service? It's just extremely hard to see day one launches for Call of Duty, Diablo 4, Starfield, or Elder Scrolls ever adding enough new Game Pass subs to out-earn what those games could have made as 60 to 70 box copies. Good for the players, I suppose. Is a great way to tempt everyone to join Xbox side, but the math of it continues to seem really strange. Yeah, if you apply the same questions to how Netflix is doing it and the fact that Netflix exploded in size and catalog, then it's a little bit more of a clear picture. In any case, Game Pass is still growing, and Microsoft has some big games coming in 2023. Maybe these growth expectations are unreasonable, but I do wonder about the ultimate long-term prospects of Game Pass. And Phil also hints that a price increase is likely coming. Ooh, maybe I should get in before it goes up. Nah, I mean, All right. Let's see. We didn't even get to page 3, did we? Influencers top toy picks for holiday. Top toys. Grab this Asus Radeon RX 6800 XT. Google versus Microsoft. Which stock is the better choice? That's a good question. I don't even know. They're both sinking. Singtel provides seamless customer experiences during Microsoft will soon add a Wi-Fi hotspot feature to Windows 11. It doesn't have it already? I have a Surface Pro that has it. That's interesting. Add 2 terabytes of storage to your PC for less than this. WD Black. It's probably like what do you call them? Dropbox or something. Microsoft will soon add to Phil Spencer hits a future Game Pass price hike. Hints. Is Xbox Game Pass worth it? We do the math. It's worth it. 5 on Friday. Experiments, expansions, and accusations. First World Predator League rolls out with a combined prize. A world-leading cloud gaming provider is partnering with Capcom to release Resident Evil Village in cloud versions of Nintendo Switch. Oh, Ubisoft KK, a worldwide leading cloud gaming provider. I've never heard of them. Well, does that mean? Does that mean that Google streaming service is out? Because that's how they were streaming it, right? Oh, did I click the wrong one? No, I didn't. Capcom collaborates with Ubisoft, bringing Resident Evil Village to Nintendo Switch. Ubisoft, a world-leading cloud gaming provider. I wonder if Capcom chose Ubisoft, or to, for the cloud services, or Nintendo made Capcom go with them. Does that make sense? Because if they already have the game, they have the demo on the Nintendo, on the Google system, on the Google, what's the name of it? I'm going blank right now. It is called, jeez, man. Cheese and crackers. It is something streaming. Yes. I don't know. I'm blanking out right now. But they already have the demos using the Google system. I wonder if they weren't allowed to use that for the Nintendo Switch, because I know they have control on the Switch through the cloud, but they use a different company, even though control is also on Stadia. Yeah. Why can't I think of the name? Now it's bothering me. Hey, Jeff, what's the commercial version of Stadia? Intuitive streaming? No. Immersive streaming. Jeez. Yeah, immersive streaming. So I wonder if Capcom was forced to use this other company, Ubisoft, over immersive streaming. That must be the case, right? Because if it's already in the system, it'd just be hey, just add this link to the launcher in the Switch, and you're good to go. But I guess they probably won't allow to do that. The OneNote Netbook A1 Pro review. Here's where to buy Call of Duty. Microsoft fails to hit Xbox Game Pass subscribers target. It's so obvious that negative headlines get you more clicks, because why would everybody be doing it? You know what I mean? Because, and I used to get like this with Stadia stuff too, but if it's a positive thing, if they they grew, if the subscriptions grew, then that's a positive. But if they didn't grow by the amount they wanted to, then that's a negative. You know what I mean? And so some editor somewhere is like, that one seems too positive for people. Let's hit them where it hurts. Not enough subscriptions for Xbox Game Pass. You know what I mean? It's funny. Jeff. I was driving and watching you play The Simpsons. You're playing The Simpsons today, right? Like I was mentioning earlier, man, my brain's mush now. Online gaming statistics 2022. I think we've had enough of these online gaming statistics in this show. Activision merger with a widespread of potential near-term. Xbox game streaming devices may be years away. 5G races ahead in mobile adoption. Xbox faces possible price hike after the holidays. See, now they're just adding stuff. You know what I mean? Somebody said that Phil Spencer hinted at a price hike, and now they're saying after the holidays. Seems made up. Fake news. Look, the media 90% is negative because that's what captures everyone's attention. Yeah, people like seeing somebody fall over somebody, giving away food to homeless people or something. There's a Simpsons hit and run. Thanks for watching. No problem, man. I was kind of driving and watching, so just want to listen here and there. No one wants to hear about the person who's opening up businesses and helping her community. Yep. It's boring, Mr. Urban World. That's boring. Nobody cares about that. Give me some drama. Who did he kick out to make those houses? Oh, man. Is that a new game, Jeff, on Switch? Yeah. Michelle. No, that's so Jeff does his retro gaming streams on Fridays. And so 90% of people haven't heard of the games that he plays, from his childhood. I wasn't a gamer back then, so I can say that. So which consoles do you have, Jeff? I know you have the GameCube, PS2, you have the Stadia console. Exclusive PlayStation Call of Duty, Playing Dangerously, the environmental, blah, blah, blah. Wow, I've only covered 4 pages. Xbox Cloud Stick, apparently. Can you play the original God of War games on PS4? Receipts from this Modern Warfare. This thing is popping up a lot. Destructoid. The Callisto Protocol has been canceled in Japan because of, I don't know. Not interested. 40% discount for anybody who wants to try GeForce Now. It's 20%, 40% off right now. PUBG Mobile, Lionel Messi. I haven't played PUBG Mobile in a little while. Maybe I should play it today. Gaming handheld review. I wonder if Bryant from the Nerf Report bought the Logitech G, or if he got sent to him. If it got sent to him. Microsoft says Xbox Game Pass subscribers are nearly dead. We read 2 different stories about the Game Pass, and nobody ever mentioned that subscribers are dead. Oh man, this is so. Sometimes this is what kind of demotivates me from doing this kind of show. Is like all I'm doing is going through all the fake news, Maybe that's the real news, and all the other ones that I was looking at were fake. You're the problem, Leo. Yeah, it's too funny, man. It's too funny. It's hilarious. You take one simple fact, and then there's like a million different ways to tell it. Oh, Crazy Taxi. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Oh, it's Friday. It is Friday. The Xbox price hike is no joke due to the economy, inflation, etc. They have no other choice. Yeah, I think was the Quest 2 just got it went up $100 just like that. Childhood, I was an adult working when these came out. I have many of them. Nice. I was trying to help you out, Jeff. I was trying to make you seem young. Crazy Taxi is returning soon as an Xbox exclusive. Yep. Yeah, I think he played it before. I think I've seen him launch play it. The cheaper Chromecast with Google TV HD is probably all something. IEA World Energy Outlook. Snag 6 months of okay. Is the Surface Laptop 5 gooder for gaming? Xbox Home will release a new interface in 2023. This we know. The Netherlands is the most crypto obsessed country in the US. Physical pre-orders for the Cult of Lamb are now available. Okay, so I don't see anything new popping up. And I've been streaming for hour 45. I'm pretty sure because my wife just got changed into my shirt and her pajamas that I'm gonna have to go pick up my older daughter. So before she comes in here, she's like, Leo, can you pick up Rie? I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream here, so we can go up there and pick her up, and then I'm probably going to come back later while you guys are sleeping and quietly stream Assassin's Creed Origins. Or not. Whatever. I do what I like. You're not the boss of me. Oh, man. We were having this conversation with my boss. So my boss and now is a good friend of mine. He's in E7, a sergeant first class, and I'm a staff sergeant. We're civilians in this job, but I know him from the military. And we were talking about how some of these guys that are like crazy powerful, like they're basically in charge of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars and thousands of civilians and soldiers and the reservists, right? So I wonder how I would feel to be like a command sergeant major in charge of millions of dollars and thousands of people, but then work at Walmart as a regular job. You know what I mean? Be like a stock. That rarely happens, but it does happen. You know what I mean? It rarely happens because, you know, if you get to that level, you know, a lot of people, a lot of companies. So by the time you retire or by the time, you know, if you're transitioning out, or if you're a reservist and you're not, you know, in on orders, you can get people to get you jobs. Like perfect example here. I have zero experience with what I'm doing now on the civilian side, but then we translate my military experience, then it makes a little bit more sense. You know what I'm saying? So if you're only looking at my civilian jobs, what was it? Let's see. From high school, I worked at Domino's. And then I worked at Domino's again while I was in the military, right? So I'm not counting the military, right? So I worked at Domino's. I was a security guard. I worked at the movie theater. I was a timeshare salesperson, and then I got tired of lying to people. So then I became an activity salesperson where I would sell like dinner cruises and stuff like that. And then I was a contractor for the military. It's not military, but it's a civilian for the military, right? Same kind of way I got this job. And then I was a photographer, wedding photographer. And then the pandemic hit. So then I was I worked at the stone place, at a countertop place. And then I got this job. You know what I mean? So really only that military experience for 2011 to 2 years. So 2 years is the only thing that makes sense for the job that I have now. But then you look at the military side, 24 years infantry, and my job is to, you know, work with targets, then it makes sense. But it's funny like that. Hey, what's up, Rudigs? Nice stream yesterday, man. I wanted to jump in, but I could not. Still working. I'd go for free movies. He's got the hookup. Yeah. Well, that's how I convinced my wife to go out with me. So I was working in the movie theater when I met her as an not exchange student. It's study abroad student. It was her and her friends. You know, Japanese girls never travel by themselves unless they're very independent, like extremely independent, abnormally independent for the culture. And then so I met her through my classmate. She had her friends with her. I was like, I can basically take three people to the movie theaters, and it was three of them. So I'm like, hey, you guys want to go to the movies? It's free. Got you. No, I'm joking. And so I took them, and then we got along because I'm very talkative, and they were trying to learn English, not because I'm entertaining, because they were trying to figure out what I was saying, and to help them with their English. And yeah, so took them out. Had a conversation with all of them, hanging out as friends, and then me and her connected. So, yeah, the movie theater helped me for that. All right, guys. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna come in here and yell at me because I'm not ready to go pick up Ria. So I'm going to go, and I will see you guys next time, probably in about an hour. And if not, then have a good weekend. Hope you guys all have your Halloween costume ready to go, and you're attending some costume parties and all that. When you have small kids, you don't get to do any of that. You just have to go trick or treat them, take them to trick or treat, and act like you're not irritated. But that's it, everybody. I can talk all day, but we're gonna save that for next time. Thank you for hanging out. Hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, shame on you. You should have been subscribed. You listened to me for about an hour 45 minutes and you haven't subscribed. Oh man, no, I'm just joking. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye. I always forget. Let me see if somebody's on. Let me see if somebody's on so I can redirect. If not, then okay, we got Kid Shogun. He's the only one on. Let me see if I can. I don't know if he talks though. I don't know if he talks when he streams. So I'm gonna send you guys over there. Just hit that like button. Let him know I sent you, and then if he talks, then hang out with them. If not, then it's up to you. All right, here we go, guys. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Bye, everybody. Thank you.